Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 801st Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away you'll see that this battle is fought on a custom map hosted by Brotherhood member Mars. It's always adds a bit of extra to the battle, I think, fought on a custom map. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now Barclayman's got 11 pikes, 5 archers and 4 cavalry. 11 pikes, 5 archers and 4 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades. If I remember correctly, I think he's got mixed upgrades on his pikes. I think the vast majority of his pikes have got 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on them, which is the optimum upgrades to put on Macedonian pikes. And I believe these last 3 units of pikes have just got gold shield, gold attack and 1 experience stripe on. Okay, so as I say, the vast majority of his pikes, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, the optimum upgrades. And the other 3 have just got 1 stripe, gold shield, gold attack. His companion cavalry, as you can see, have just got gold shield, gold attack on them. But these companion cavalry have got a 9 charge bonus. Most cavalry in this game have only got a 6 charge bonus. These guys have got a 9 charge bonus. And we call these sometimes the winged horsemen. Can you see there? Because it looks like they've got wings on their helmets. So they say he's got a 9 charge bonus. That's the impact and penetration that a unit can do. So that's an interesting Macedonian army there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Lando. Now Lando's got 14 infantry, 2 archers and 4 cavalry. Okay, and there's something interesting about this army build, which I hope you will find interesting. Can you see that he's got 1 eagle unit there? Okay, remember an eagle unit is a morale boosting unit. And he's got another eagle unit as well. So he has got 2 morale boosting units there within his infantry. Now the reason he's done that, okay, there is a reason he's done that. And that's because his general is his old school armoured cavalry general. Okay, we all used to bring this as our Roman general up to about 15 years ago when most of us changed to an infantry general. But now that cavalry general can go around the battlefield with the cavalry, okay, giving the cavalry general morale bonus, knowing that his infantry have got 2 eagle units to give the morale boost to his infantry there. So that's a nice tactical move there by Lando. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he handles that army. It'd be interesting to see what the upgrades are on his cavalry. And he's got 7 upgrades and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So I think that's a pretty good Roman army of Lando's there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member First Prime. Now First Prime's got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry, the bog standard 31k Roman army. But here you'll see that he's got an eagle unit. Okay, and a general unit as well. So he's got a morale boosting eagle unit, plus he's got the general morale bonus there for his infantry. And a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. I'm guessing probably just gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander's got a very old Roman army of 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, so there's our team. This has got the potential to be a cracking battle, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have the host of this battle, Brotherhood member Mars, who's built a Seleucid faction. He's got 10 Silver Shield Legionnaires, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. Unusual to see Mars bringing Seleucid. And there's his Silver Shield Legionnaires. If you notice, they've got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And if you look closely, they do look like urban cohorts. They haven't got the same morale as urban cohorts. They haven't got the same specifications. But they are pretty steady troops, these Silver Shield Legionnaires, especially with good upgrades on. So it's unusual not to see any pikes in the Seleucid army. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and his cataphracts have just got a gold shield, gold attack there. And don't forget, we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe, and used correctly they can be battle winning there. So that's an interesting Seleucid army. As I say, unusual to see no pikes in a Seleucid army. Their next teammate is Dionysos, who has bought the Thrace faction, very unusual. He's got 8 pikes, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. I noticed that Luke, RTW player Luke, is experimenting with Thrace as well as Dionysos, and strangely enough Dionysos got exactly the same Thrace army as what Luke has got there. So as you can see, just look at the wide battle formation as well, which I noticed that Luke uses. So it's unusual for both Dionysos and Luke to be trying Thrace at the same time. Same army, same battle formation there. Quite interesting, I thought. If you have a look at the Thrace pikemen there, you'll see they've got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Just look at the length of those pikes that our men have got to fight down to kill the man on the other end. If you notice the cavalry here, he's gone for the general armoured bodyguard there with 7 upgrades on. Don't forget these guys have got 2 hit points as well. So as I say, that's a carbon copy Thrace army of Luke's there, so it's quite unusual, isn't it? So be interesting to see how well Dionysos does with that army. Their next teammate is FG Hamilcar Barca. Now he has got 4 archers, 10 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, so only 10 infantry. And what I'd like to draw your attention to here is, can you see that he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his infantry, no experience stripes at all. Okay, as you can see there, gold shield, gold attack, no experience stripes. And his cavalry has got 7 upgrades on, 1 experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack there. So that's Hamilcar's army there. And as I say, some of his cavalry have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So he's got mixed upgrades on his cavalry there. But only 10 infantry. Be interesting to see how he handles that army during the course of the battle. And our last teammate is Brotherhood member Canary. Now Canary's got 10 Spartans, 4 armoured hoplites, 5 archers and 1 cavalry unit there. So I thought that was quite interesting there. There's the armoured hoplites. If those of you that might not have seen them before, they're quite steady infantry. They're pretty good with good upgrades on. And there's the Spartans there with their 2 hit points and excellent specifications there as well. So as I say, there's the difference there, the armoured hoplites and the Spartans, for those of you that might not have seen them there. And they already got the Cretan archers. Remember, these guys got long range, they got a good rate of fire, but as you can see, they wear no armour, so their defence is not very good. So there you go. And he's got a fast moving armoured cavalry general there that I would think he'll use for trying to pick off archer units there. So I think that's an interesting Greek cities army there. So there's the enemy team. I think very diverse. If you look there, can you see Mars has got Seleucid there. We've got Dionysos with Thrace. We've got Hamilcar there with Rome. And we've got Canary with Greek cities. This should be a fantastic battle for you to watch, and I really hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a little talk about Lando, Brotherhood member Lando, and Brotherhood member First Prime. Now, these two are 2 of the most aggressive attacking players on Rome Total War. And fighting side by side, it wouldn't surprise me if they kind of egg each other on, do you know what I mean? So I'm expecting the attack to come from there. So poor old Barclayman and myself are going to have to try and keep up with these 2, because I've got a feeling that Lando and First Prime will be leading the charge like they usually do in our games. And as I say, sometimes it's good to take the battle to the enemy, put them on the back foot instead of them doing that to us, and see where Lando's cavalry general is already. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see that First Prime has moved from there over to there. Okay, and there's a tactical reason for this. Okay, as you can see, we've all moved forward a little bit here. Now, what we've decided is that the right flank here of Thrace and Seleucid are the weak link in the enemy's battle line there. So what we as a team have decided here is we're going to go for Thrace and Seleucid there on our right flank and right centre. Okay, and at the same time, Barclayman here with his Macedonian, the long pikes of Macedon, are going to try and counter the Greek cities of Canary. Okay, so that's the team battle plan at the moment. The long pikes of Macedon there going to try and counter the Spartans and the armoured hoplites of Canary, while the 3 of us with our Roman armies are going to go for the enemy there over on our right flank and right centre, try and take out Thrace and Seleucid. Okay, as I say, with First Prime and Lando fighting side by side, watch out, because I think once they take off, they just will be going for the enemy team there. Especially Lando, I think. You can see him moving already there. But remember, that's the team battle plan. Let's see if it's going to work. We're going to go for what we think is the weakest part of the enemy battle line there, and that is Thrace and Seleucid on our right centre and right flank there. Okay, and as I say, Barclayman's going to bring his Macedonian pikes over to try and counter the Greek cities of Canary. Okay, so that's giving you a heads up on our team battle plan there. We'll just have to see if that's going to work. As I say, First Prime and Lando here, as always, leading the charge of the team that they're in, straight towards Thrace. Now I'm thinking here that Dionysos is going to back his Thracian spearman, pikeman off there. Obviously he doesn't want to really take Roman troops on head on there, because the damage that he would take from pilots would be absolutely phenomenal, really. So as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if Dionysos backed those Thracian pikemen off, which is exactly what he's doing there, as you can see Lando's army moving towards him. Okay, but Lando needs to be careful not to be too aggressive, otherwise he could be drawn into a potential trap there. As you can see here, I'm moving my Roman army over towards our right centre and right flank as well. And as I say, here you can see Barclayman here moving his Macedonian pikemen over towards Canary's Greek city's army there. Okay, so as I say, I think it's always nice to know what the team battle plan is as you watch the battle. But as I say, look how far Lando has moved forward from the rest of us there. If he's not careful, he could be a little bit isolated there. Can you see? And you can see, as I say, Thrace would just keep moving back all the time, drawing Lando more and more away from his allies, I think, if Lando's not careful. Okay, now the Seleucids over here, as you can see, they're moving over towards the centre there with those powerful cataphracts and those silver shield legionnaires. And as I say, Lando does look possibly a little bit isolated if he's not careful there. Okay, so as I say, Lando being his usual very, very aggressive self, and as I say, you can see Dionysos there pulling his pikemen back, drawing Lando more and more forward away from his allies there. Okay, now but here you can see the cavalry of Thrace there looking to take out some of our archers. Now what Lando needs to be careful about, I think, here is you can see there's a lot of enemy cavalry on his flank. Now remember, the flank and rear of any unit on Rome Total War is its weakest point, and just look how this cavalry is kind of locked and loaded, ready to charge into his flank. And look what's coming on his other flank: Seleucid cataphracts and Seleucid infantry. And then on top of that, you've got Thrace pikemen in front of him that are moving back at the moment, but can turn direction at this turn of a switch, like so. Lando needs to be a bit careful there, and as I say, he's moved so far away from myself and First Prime, he could well be targeted there by the enemy team. Okay, now you can see Lando here now moving towards the Seleucids there of Mars, but by doing that, look, he's showing his rear to the enemy cavalry that is locked and loaded and ready to hit. There you can see him moving towards the Seleucids there. But you can see the enemy cavalry moving in, but you can see the Thrace armoured cavalry general units, and you can see the Brutii cavalry. Right, so you've got the Dionysos now is bringing his pikes into show. You can see Hamilcar is bringing his cavalry in, and there you got the cataphracts going in. Poor old Lando potentially could get hit from 3 ways here. And look how far away First Prime and myself are away from him. Meanwhile, over on our left flank here, as I say, you can see Barclayman there has brought his Macedonian army over to try and neutralise the Greek cities if Canary is going to try to attack him there. It'd be interesting to see what happens. You can see there's a bit of an archer battle going on there between the Macedonian archers and the Greek cities archers there. But as I say, look at poor old Lando here. Looks to me like he's about to be smashed from several directions. There you can see the Seleucid cataphracts going in there. Look, bang, as they smash in there. Now the Brutii cavalry, look, bang, as it charges in there. And then you've got the Thracian pikes coming in on him as well. Oh my gosh. So here Lando's had to split his army in 2 to meet the threats coming in from both flanks there. Oh my gosh, just look how Lando split his army now. So he's got his Roman army here, look, fighting the cataphracts, and another part of his Roman army there fighting the Brutii cavalry. And there you are, you can see here, this is a nice supporting move here by First Prime. He smashed his cavalry into those silver shield legionnaires there. Okay, which is good move by First Prime because he stopped those legionnaires going over towards Lando. Can you see that First Prime has auto-attacked his cavalry, so they're using their heavy swords instead of their light lances. But as I say, look at poor old Lando here, and we're trying to get over to him as fast as we can. with our infantry and cavalry. If you notice here, I'm going to smash into these Silver Shield Legionnaires with my cavalry there. Okay, so you can see my cavalry in wedge formation for more penetration, more impact there. Get ready for this, and bang! If you notice there, I'm going for the general unit. Can you see my cavalry are trying to smash the Seleucid general there? Take the morale away from Seleucid. We know Seleucid morale is not very good. Take that general morale bonus away, and that takes should cause a rout there, where you can see First Prime charging more cavalry in there, and I think Lando's cavalry is charging in there as well. So I think Lando's held really well with his infantry, bearing in mind he was smashed from both sides by powerful cavalry there, plus he had some Thrace pikemen thrown in there as well against him. So I think he held well there, really. So well done to Lando. And you can see First Prime and myself have just got over to Lando now. But the good news for us is we've taken out Mars' Seleucid Silver Shield Legionnaires. Okay, between us there with our cavalry hits, we smashed those Silver Shield Legionnaires and routed them. So that's good news for us there. But Lando took a heck of a hammer in there. Make no mistake, his army will be quite battle depleted now already as we move our armies towards Thrace and Hamilcar's Brutii troops, cavalry there. But I say, meanwhile over here now, Barclayman, if we're not careful here, he could become a little bit isolated, because what I'm thinking here is if the Greek cities come over here and cause like a blocking force to stop us getting any reinforcements over, and if the enemy Brutii infantry come over here as well, because Barclayman and the three of us are a long way apart. So Barclayman is in danger of being isolated now as we're trying to take on Thrace over on that other flank. So as I say, Canary and Hamilcar there could well try and attack Barclayman there, so we need to be aware of that. But at the moment we're still just trying to push on, trying to take the Thrace army out. As I say, we've taken the Seleucid infantry out. What we want to do now is try and take the Thrace infantry out now as well. Now all the time there the enemy archers are shooting into us there, but my guess is that Lando's cavalry will take that out, or First Prime's cavalry will take them out there. So well done to them. And so you can see the enemy starting to back off a little bit, that we're directly in front of us. Now I've run all the way over from the other flank, so my troops are going to be tired. And the more running around my troops do, the more they're going to get very tired and possibly exhausted. So I need to be careful of that, because if my troops get very tired or exhausted, their battle proficiency will drop off the edge of a cliff. There you can see. And their morale will drop as well. So there you are. I think we've done well against Mars' Seleucids there, but we need to be aware of our ally Barclayman on the other flank. Look how far away we have allowed ourselves to become separated there. And now you're going to see, I would think Canary is going to try and pin and hold the Macedonian pikes. That's what I think he'll do. Well, his allies, Brutii infantry and cavalry, will try and maybe get round the flank of Barclayman. They've got a lot of archers over here as well. And remember that Macedon is incredibly susceptible to archer damage there. But as I say, you can see Barclayman now a long way away from us, and we need to get over to him quite quickly, otherwise he is going to be isolated there. So now we got a long run all the way over to him. As I say, my troops are already very tired, and if I'm going to run all the way over there, by the time I get there, my guess is my troops are going to be exhausted. And that's the last thing you want to do, is fight while your troops are exhausted. As I say, their battle proficiency falls off the edge of a cliff, and their morale is very low, and they can be very susceptible to routing. Okay, now I'm very aware of this enemy cavalry on my right flank here as I'm moving towards Barclayman, and also those Thrace pikemen there as well. Okay, I'm very aware of them, but what I'm going to try and do is try and be a bit of a blocking force from them, allowing hopefully Lando and First Prime to get over to Barclayman there, while I try and keep the cavalry and enemy pikemen off our backs, kind of thing, if you see what I mean. But all the time their archers are shooting into my troops there. Can you see there? I can see those archers of Thrace shooting into me, causing me a lot of casualties. As I say, don't forget the rear and flank of any unit on Rome Total War is its weakest, and if archers are shooting into your flank or rear, you're going to lose a lot of troops there. I can see a line of my troops there. Can you see there in the long grass? those infantry of mine there have all been killed by archers. Look, shot in the back by archers there. So as you can see, I've lost quite a few of my infantry there as I'm moving forward towards Barclayman. There's some more archers there as well that be shooting into me, causing me casualties. Remember, also, as your troops are moving, you suffer more casualties from archers there. As your troops move, the archers seem to be able to do a lot of damage to you. Over here, there's more archers. Look, hear that? It's like we're running a gauntlet of archers there. First Prime's flank looks going to be exposed to archer hits as well, once those archers start shooting into him. But meanwhile, over here, look, Barclayman with his Macedonians is being besieged by a Greek city's army and the enemy Brutii infantry as well. And make no mistake, that Brutii infantry were fully stocked up with pilers, so they're going to be throwing loads of pilers into poor old Barclayman's Macedonians there. And as I say, you can see him really closing in on Barclayman. We just hope that he can hold out until we can get to him there. And you can see we've got cavalry over there. We've got our cavalry ready, but our heavy infantry is taking time to get over there. And as I say, our troops are going to be tired or very tired by the time we get there. Here you can see Hamilcar there moving his infantry forward there into the Macedonians. They're trying to take them out before we can get to him. See, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take Barclayman out just before we can get to him. Here you can see First Prime closing in. You can see I'm going to charge my cavalry in there. I've spotted that Brutii infantry there attacking Barclayman there, and I want to smash in there with my cavalry like a bang. But unfortunately, that Spartan unit's just turned there with his spear, so he's going to be costing me a lot of cavalry there, as that Spartan unit just turned at the wrong time for my cavalry hit there. Okay, let's just pause again for a second here. Right, unfortunately here you'll see that Barclayman's Macedonians are starting to crack under the pressure of fighting two armies, Brutii and Greek cities there. So he held well there. First Prime just got there, but I think we've just got there too late to be able to help him there with all those two armies attacking him. And First Prime needs to be very aware of all this cavalry locked and loaded there into his flank. As I say, the flank and rear of any unit on Rome Total War is its weakest part, and that's what they look like they're going to be aiming for. Meanwhile, here you'll see I'm running my army. Can you see my troops are very tired? Very tired. Okay, so they're one step off being exhausted. Okay, they're one step off of being exhausted. And as I say, if they get to, well, now at the moment being very tired, their battle proficiency, the way they actually fight the battle, will be greatly reduced, and their morale will be very low as well. So as I say here, First Prime's just got over there but unfortunately there, Barclayman's just routed. Right here you can see Hamilcar there with his cavalry in wedge formation for more penetration and more impact, and you can see the Seleucid cataphracts out there as well. Okay, now you can see here that Hamilcar is just mopping up a lot of the big Macedonian pike units there. Remember, that's 122 men units there that I think Hamilcar is going to get some good kills out of this, because he's just, as I say, killed a lot of them big Macedonian pike units there. So as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets some good kills. And here you can see Lando moving around the flank with his purple SBQR army. But now we're coming up against the Greek cities here. And remember, the Spartans really like to take on Roman troops. Right, here comes Mars's cataphracts, going to smash into the flank of First Prime's engaged infantry. Get ready for this. Bang! And he smashes it in. Right, I'm going to charge my cavalry in there to try and counter those Seleucid cataphracts there. See my cavalry going in there, and bang! It smashes in there. Right, so we've routed those couple of Seleucid cataphracts there, and you can see my infantry just moving over. What I want to do with my infantry is try and cover First Prime's flank from those Brutii cavalry locked and loaded, ready to come in on him. Can you see there that cavalry of Hamilcar's ready to smash in to the flank of First Prime, but getting my infantry across there hopefully will cover First Prime's flank. Remember, teamwork, always look after your teammates, and they'll always look after you, and that's one of the big things of the Brotherhood. Teamwork, very, very important, looking after each other on the battlefield. There where you can see First Prime's cavalry charging there like a bang, it smashes in there. As I say, my army's just arrived, and my army, I think now, is still very tired there, but I think some units are exhausted. Okay, so that's the worst fitness that my men can be in, exhausted. As I say, the way they fight the battle, their battle proficiency has now absolutely dropped off the edge of the cliff. The morale will be extremely low, and to be honest, they are very susceptible to routing now. And under normal circumstances, I would rest these troops, get them back to warmed up before I put them into fighting. But as you can see here, I'm going to have to throw them into the battle because that's the way that the battle's going there. We've got Thrace pikemen coming up behind us here. Now what I notice here is, can you see that Hamilcar is holding his infantry back? Instead of moving forward there, if I was had that infantry now, I'd move forward and support my Greek city's ally. Okay, that's what I would do. I would just come up behind my Greek city's ally and turn my infantry to face Lando's SBQR infantry coming in there. That's what I would do with my infantry, because that's what we do in teamwork, isn't it? We look after our teammates there. But I notice that Hamilcar is keeping his infantry back away from his teammate there. Okay, and to me, I don't know about what you guys think, teamwork is everything in a teamwork battle. And all he had to do was move his infantry forward there to support Canary's Greek cities units. Do you see what I mean? All he needs to do is just move them forward, support his Greek cities ally there. But instead, look, he's holding his army back. And then it wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden he just moved his Brutio army away from his Greek cities ally completely. There, look, he could have blocked the SBQR infantry of Lando coming in, look, but no, he's just going to back his army off, look, and leave his teammate there. So, those of you watching this would just like to know what you think about that. To me, if he'd have moved in earlier there, he could have maybe supported his ally a bit better. I don't know what you think. Be interested to see what you think in the comments. I'd be very interested in that. See, Canary's Greek city unit still fighting there, and that he could do with some support, look, from his ally. But no, Hamilcar's pulling off now, look, pulling away from his ally there, not interested. And to me, I mean, as I say, in the Brotherhood, we always talk about teamwork, looking after each other, helping each other. That's kind of the ethos, if you like, of the Brotherhood, fighting in battles there. But I don't know. I don't think Canary was too happy about that. But just like your comments there, as you can see here, you can see Hamilcar now moving his infantry back out the way now, away from the fighting. And we'll move towards him. But his troops are very tired as well. Well, some of them are winded. I think some of them are tired as well. So, as I say, we need to move up to his now. His infantry are going to be the big threat, I think, for us there. And I think he'll just keep moving back there for a while as we move forward towards him there. But it'll be interesting to see what happens there as we move forward. But he got his cavalry locked and loaded over there as well. And you can see Lando moving his SBQR army forward towards Hamilcar's Brutii infantry there. I've got my cavalry locked and loaded there. My cavalry is extremely battle damaged. I've only got 4 units left of it as well there. So I need to move it over towards my infantry. I want to certainly get my cavalry away from these anti-cavalry pike units of Thrace that are fast approaching my cavalry. Need to pull them away. So there you can see, I think if I'm not mistaken, Barclayman's got 3 units left. He's got his cavalry unit and 2 extremely battle damaged archer units left. And I think that's the entirety of his army there. But I thought he held well actually against 2 armies. We just couldn't get over there in time. We nearly got there in time, but couldn't quite get there in time to really take the pressure off of him there. So he did well. Right, you'll see us now moving towards Hamilcar's infantry. I notice his infantry seems to be tired now, but our infantry, as you saw, is very tired or exhausted. So be interesting to see what happens there. And you can see the archers of Barclayman there shooting into the Thrace pikemen there is what I'm thinking they're doing. And here you can see Hamilcar's cavalry there in wedge formation. Remember, in wedge formation with cavalry, you get more penetration, more impact, and do more damage. So as I say, you can see his cavalry there in wedge formation. You know that he's going to be looking to charge in when he's got his cavalry like that. And here you can see Dionysos bringing his Thracian pikemen over into the fray as well. And if you notice here, you'll see Lando is now moving his SBQR infantry over to counter the pikemen of Dionysos there. First Prime and myself are keeping our cavalry, our infantry together. Right, can you see here Hamilcar charging his cavalry in there? Going to smash into First Prime. Get ready for this, and bang! If you notice, he does an infantry attack as well. He's doing an infantry and cavalry attack. Pause the game for a second. So you got that cavalry in wedge formation making deep inroads into First Prime's army. Plus you've got Hamilcar charging his infantry in as well. So poor old First Prime's taking a double hit there of cavalry in on his flank and infantry in on his front there. If you notice there, I'm going to counter attack with what's left of my cavalry. But if you notice there, Hamilcar is now pulling his cavalry out of the fray. And you've got those Seleucid cataphracts. There's a couple of Seleucid cataphracts cavalry there as well of Mars that he's probably waiting to... he's going to throw them in as well. Look, get ready for this. And bang! And then you can see Hamilcar's cavalry coming in as well there. Look. And bang! As they smash in there. Now remember, I think First Prime and my troops are both exhausted there. See my cavalry charging in there. Going to try and counter-attack that Brutii cavalry. Look, and bang! They smash in there. Oh my gosh. Just look at that there. That is some kind of battle going on there. So we've got the Brutii infantry of Hamilcar that are tired. Okay, so they are tired. Their battle proficiency will be poor with tired troops there. Okay, there you can see there. So they're tired there. But our troops, I think, if I'm not mistaken, are exhausted. I think First Prime's troops might just be winded. But my troops are exhausted there. So we're fighting tired troops. I'm fighting tired troops with exhausted troops here. And as I say, you can see my cavalry charging there. Here you can see some Thrace cavalry charging in behind us as well. As I say, you can see Hamilcar charging his cavalry in once again. Look, and bang! As he charges in there, smashes in there again, causes a couple of our units to rout there with those cavalry hits there. And you can see me getting my cavalry out round the flank. Probably going to try and smash into the flank of Hamilcar's Brutii infantry there. Like, going to charge in there. Like, and bang! Smash in there into that infantry. Now I was expecting some of those Brutii infantry units to possibly rout there with all the pressure of our infantry on those Brutii units. Pause the game for a second here. Okay, so over the years I've noticed that Hamilcar's infantry seems to be extremely difficult to kill. He's only got gold shield, gold attack on them there. But remember, our troops are exhausted and very tired here, coming up against just his tired troops there. But as I say, he always seems to hold well with his infantry. I remember when I first encountered him, I thought, oh, he must have stripes on his infantry because they were holding so well. But he's only got gold shield, gold attack on. But as I say, our troops are exhausted or very tired. So, as I say, the way we fight the battle, our battle proficiency is so low now. We can't seem to rout these Brutii units there of Hamilcar's at this time. As I say, you put exhausted troops up against tired troops or very tired troops there. As you can see, his troops are there, and it is really a dicey matter there which way this is going to go there, as both are lots of troops there not very good. There we can see Lando looking to charge his cavalry in there, and bang as he charges in there. Looks like he's going to try and take the Thrace general out there if he can. There we can see Hamilcar charging his cavalry in yet again, but First Prime and myself have got our infantry in there. And it's a real tussle there. As I say, you can see, and there's a nice hit from Lando's cavalry, and bang, as he smashes in there. Nice hit there by Lando with his cavalry there. That was a really nice hit there. And as I say, the pressure now really is on Hamilcar's infantry there. I can't believe they're still holding even now. They're after being hit by cavalry and all of First Prime's infantry and my infantry there as well. I know our troops are exhausted, but they already managed to rout his general, now taking the morale bonus away, and there you go. I think he's just admitted defeat. So that was a real scrap there. There, as you see, his troops are very tired, but ours were exhausted, I think. So there you go. That was a really dicey battle there on which way it was going to go. So well done to Lando there with his cavalry smashing into the back there. This is a very spread out battle actually. If we go all the way over here to our right flank here, do you remember this is where I think we were attacking the Seleucid? We were attacked by Seleucid cavalry and Brutii cavalry there and the Thracian pikemen. Over here I think this is where we took out Mars' Silver Shield Legionnaires with our cavalry. So that was a kind of a highlight for us there. If you thought, and we thought, oh, we're going to go on to win this quite easily. Here, can you see lots of Thrace pikemen dead there? So you can see them, and you can see there's dead Scipii infantry there as well, but seems to be mostly Thrace pikemen there. As you move across the battlefield here, you can see little skirmishes there. Look. You can see Macedonian cavalry there. I can see dead. And as we move over here into the main part of the battle, if you like. This is where Barclayman held so well here for so long, but we just couldn't get over to him in time there. Here you can see the dead cataphracts there. See the red cloak Spartans, as we said, their dead always show up, don't they, on the battlefield with their red cloaks there. And as we move across the battlefield there, you can see lines of Macedonian pikemen there that held the ground against the enemy troops there, as you can see. And as we move over here, this was the final battle here, which was quite close. As I say, the Brutii troops were very tired, but we were exhausted, so that's why we couldn't kind of do as good as what we thought we could have done there. So well done to the enemy team there. I thought they played well. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played really well. It was a great battle. Well done, guys. And as you can see, it was a close victory. After we took out the Seleucids at the beginning, I thought, we were just going to go straight on to win it. Highest kills in the game goes to Hamilcar Barca, 2,148 kills. Now, we got most of those kills in taking out the big Macedonian units there, of the 122-man units there. So well done to him, got some good kills there. Well done to Mars. Now, as I say, if we get less than 1,000 kills, we're going to be a bit disappointed there. So he'll be a bit disappointed with those kills there. But of course, unfortunately for him, his infantry got taken out quite quickly in the battle. But he doesn't use Seleucid very much. Well done to Dionysos with his Thrace army, got over 1,000 kills. As I say, well done to Hamilcar there, highest kills. And well done to Canary with his Greek cities, 1,480 kills. So well done to Canary as well. He doesn't use Greek cities very often, but he did really well there. So well done, guys. That was really good. As I say, my kills, a bit disappointed. Look, less than 1,000 kills. So I am a bit disappointed with those kills, but I guess my army did okay in the end there. But yeah, a bit disappointed. Well done to First Prime. I think he got the second highest kills in the game, leading the charge there with Lando. So well done to First Prime. No, sorry, he got the third highest kills. And well done to Lando, second highest kills in the game, 1,721. So Lando and First Prime leading the attack. And well done to Barclayman, got some good kills too. So really well done. As I say, First Prime and Lando leading the attack. Look, got the second and third highest kills. So well done to them. Absolutely really great kills there. And it was quite, I suppose, not that great a diverse battle. I mean, they had Seleucid, Thrace, Rome and Greek cities. And of course, we had 3 Romes and Macedon there. So I guess maybe we had the faction advantage. I don't know what you think there. But anyway, just like to say, really well played to everybody. We play Rome Total War every Friday and Saturday night. Please come and join us if you enjoy our battles. And bye for now.